Actual why? Why would he do that? Why would he run dang? My dang world record just got taken by 1 second by fucking Solomon. I'm not rerunning that map. That map is fucking garbage.
Yeah, it's funny that he just like goes straight for record instead of even trying to fucking complete the bonus. The rest he can, but it's still funny.
Hello everyone, it's Solomon here. This is a video I've been putting off for quite a while, but some recent events have forced my hand, as it were, so I'm finally getting around to recording this commentary, editing, etc. As you may know, I got back into TF2 around midway through last year. More specifically, I got into soldier jumping, that is to say, rocket jumping, on the Tempus network. The reason why I got back into TF2 is fairly simple. I reside in Victoria, which is a state that has been through some pretty harsh lockdowns. So, throughout those lockdowns, I just found myself with fewer things to do than normal, which is the main reason why I took to jumping. Immediately I found it quite addictive. One aspect that made it addictive was the ranking system. You're assigned a rank on Tempus that's dependent on how many points you have, and you gain points by completing maps, bonuses, courses, and you can also get them by setting top times and records. Another aspect I enjoyed is how simple it is to get better at it. The improvements you make are objective, quantifiable, measurable, and they just keep coming. How is this? Well, for one, Tempus keeps track of your times, so if you beat a map faster than you did in the past, you've gotten better. Likewise, if you beat a map that you once struggled on with ease, you've become better. So there's this immensely positive feedback loop that, at least to me, made it quite an appealing prospect as far as gaming goes. Indeed, I didn't even play the main game, I just jumped. But for the most part, I jumped casually. That is, I wasn't concerned about getting good times. I wasn't concerned about setting world records. I merely jumped to complete harder and harder maps. I found that to be a lot of fun. Maps on Tempus are assigned difficulty tiers, with tier 1 being very easy, tier 2 being easy, tier 3 being medium, so on and so forth, until you get to tier 6, which is insane difficulty. As of this recording, I've swept through all of the maps from each difficulty tier, aside from tier 6, so I'm about 3/4 of the way through my tier 6 completions. But something changed for me earlier this year when we were plunged into lockdown around... Gee, I don't really remember the month, but it must have been June or July. For whatever reason, and I've done some introspection, I might have arrived at a conclusion, but I'm not sure yet. I got really obsessed with the idea of setting world records in TF2 jump. I know, right? Stupid. So whereas in the past I was just casually completing maps, that was my main source of enjoyment, I suppose, I wanted to prove my worth in the arena of top times and records. And where did that take me? Well, I succeeded, right? I collected a few world records. At first, all I wanted to do was take the Jump Wall Fox Bonus 3 Soldier World Record, and I thought, I'm going to put this on my YouTube, and I will commentate it, and all will be well. I was wrong. My psychology prevented me from stopping at that. I had to take it further. I thought, well, why stop there? Why can't I get another world record and include that in the video as well? And that's what I did. I took a world record on a map. This time it was on a map called Jump Sonny. The problem was my world record was seized. So I went and, rather than defending it, I took another record, this time on a map called Jump Dang, which I do believe you're watching right now. By the way, I kind of cringe watching this gameplay because I feel like it was really a bit sloppy. I didn't really intend to take the record on this run, but the nature of the map is that it is a little bit RNG, random number generator. Either you get really lucky or you don't, so no disrespect to the former world record holder. And then, for whatever reason, I just took it further and further and further. I took Jump Koro Bonus 3, a Riser Bonus 1, which is a topic I will return to at the appropriate time when I harken back to the words I spoke at the beginning of this commentary about recent events forcing my hand as it regards the creation of this video. I won't keep listing them by name because you'll get to see them, but something has happened to me which I somewhat feared, but at the same time I accept. I believe I have burnt out when it comes to jumping. Perhaps temporarily. I had this same sort of feeling around January this year. I took about a month off and I eventually got back into it, but I'm just not really feeling like playing at the moment. I haven't jumped in about 2 weeks and I have no motivation to do so. I think what's happened is I've developed something of a toxic mentality when it comes to jumping, what with my recent obsession with setting records and top times. And what was once a task that I approached with great joy, it's now something I feel considerable anxiety about. Going for records is really stressful. And what does it yield? You get a bit of recognition from the community. I mean, love you guys in the jump community, but I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth the stress. I have these unreal rushes of adrenaline when I'm close to getting a record, and it just feels so rotten when you're close, but you miss narrowly, when you choke, if you like. The feeling when you actually seize the record is euphoric, but I think that in itself is also a bit of a problem, because you're getting attached to something the very essence of which is change. Your world records get beaten. It happens. If you grind something, there's going to be some Eastern European kid who's gonna come along, who plays 12 hours a day and just obliterates you. And that's not to typecast. I mean, it just so happens that a lot of the top jumpers are Eastern European. But just like going back to that euphoric feeling when you take a record, I mean, you know, it's nice and all, but I think there are more sustainable sources of joy in life. I guess you can say it's a lesson I learned the hard way. So what am I doing outside of jump? Well, I mean, you'd think that I would be all over it because I've got my holidays right now. I just finished my undergraduate degree and I'm currently applying for honours. But curiously, I haven't seized this time as an opportunity to play TF2 jump. That was something I did during the lockdown, and also something I did as a means of sort of recovering from training, you know, just a stress-free, relaxing activity to perform after strenuous physical activity. It is no longer that for me. Perhaps I can cultivate that simple enjoyment from beating maps again without that toxic competitive mentality returning. It remains to be seen. But at the moment, I'm just focusing on lifting. I have just been making tremendous strides in the bench press. I recently uploaded a lift that I performed. I bench pressed 100 kilos for 5 reps, which is something I did on the 17th of November. I've since done 100 kilos for 5 reps a few times, only with a pause on my chest, which is a harder technique, so I'm really curious to see where I can take that, and perhaps I can return to some casual Team Fortress 2 jump, but nothing like how I was. So I do believe we have arrived at a riser bonus 1, which was taken from me earlier today. While I was asleep at 1:40 in the morning, a Russian individual took my record here with a 4-second improvement. This is a record that I had actually defended once. I was fairly proud of it, but I have to acknowledge when I've been bested. This is, by the way, the recent event that forced my hand. As soon as the news broke, I realized that I really had to get a move on with the production of this video. I can't just sit on it because then perhaps more of my records will be taken. By the way, what you're watching right now, this world record on Jump Lithium Bonus 1, I wouldn't really consider to be a true world record. Reason being, Boshi, who is unquestionably the best soldier jumper of all time, had a better time than what I ended up getting here. Unfortunately for Boshi, he was found to have been cheating on a few of his world records, so all of his times on his bonuses were erased, all of his world records included. For that reason, I can't really say that this is a true world record. I'm sure I could grind to get a better time than what Boshi had. I highly doubt Boshi put much energy into this. For that matter, neither did I. This was, in fact, my first completion of the bonus. But I thought I would include it in this video anyway, if for no other reason than that it provides filler, or just so that you can see how disgusting certain soldier bonuses are. And believe me, it gets much, much, much worse than this. And that's why I think going for 100% map completion is a much more realistic goal compared to 100% bonus completion. On Soldier, there's only one person right now to have done this. There's only one person who has 100% Soldier completion, and I believe it will remain this way for a long time. This individual is my friend, Australian jumper, rank 2, Riot. Having said that, there is one bonus that was deemed impossible that somebody beat, that Riot is yet to do, but he'll get around to it, I'm sure. This is all very recent. What you're watching right here is Muriel 2 Bonus 5. A really fun bonus that I kind of ruined for everyone by thinking of this strat where I go for a random wall bug. I do apologize for that. Since we're sort of approaching the end of this video, I suppose I should be wrapping things up, saying some closing remarks. I hope you've enjoyed the gameplay footage in the background. I certainly hope you enjoyed watching it more than I enjoyed collecting it, because I didn't really have that much fun. The moral of the story is, enjoy playing video games while you can, because you don't know if via your own actions or your own approach to them, you'll inadvertently kill your own enjoyment of them. This is something that goes for a lot of things in life, things like sporting endeavors. The curious paradox is that I think if you're just a little more chill about these sorts of things, you're a little more patient. In the long run, I think you'll be better off. In the short term, it is true that people are going to outstrip you, surpass you, but those same people all run the risk of burning out, giving up. I think if you want to be truly good at something, you have to be in it for the long haul. After all, it is very rare for people to have reached the upper echelons of any one particular activity in a short period of time. Usually, these people are at it for years. I do hope you enjoyed this video. Although I had 9 hours of sleep, I think I might go for a nap. Wishing you all the best. Goodbye.
Warfox is on. What's Solomon doing?
The map?
Well, no, he's not. He's doing the bonus, you fucking loser. He's doing a bonus 3.
Is that new one?
He's already done the map. Moron. Say that to his face, you fucking wouldn't. He's jacked. If you've never seen Solomon, I recommend you have a look. He's fucking beautiful.
He's kind of jacked.
This is the ideal male body.
Ideal TF2 gamer.
Average TF2 player.
That's what
You may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like. And he's just
And you
wallpapering
put like
on Wolfbox
average
V3.
Overwatch player, and then just have a picture of fucking XQC.
True.
TF2 players actually
Yeah,
built different.
XQC. Minus 27 on Bosch. Jesus Christ.
What's up?
Oh, just B3 on Wolfbox.
Mm.
He literally messaged me like, oh, how long ago was that? 20 minutes ago? Saying he realized he was doing a strat which is slower, and he changed his strat so that it's faster. And then he just gets the record now. That's funny.
Solomon's a fucking tank of a man. Australian man cannot stand Ukrainian man.
Other way around.
Shut up.